It's Friday, April 9th, 2021, and this is The Inbox with Greg Nibler. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us wherever you are. We do appreciate it. Of course, this is The Inbox with Greg Nibler. I'm Greg Nibler. Thanks for being here. Hit follow, hit subscribe to Two Box Media, wherever you are, whenever you're watching, whatever platform you're watching. Shout out to everybody who was just in Winnie Sun's Twitter Spaces. That was a lot of fun. Great conversation there. So make sure you follow Winnie Sun as well. And we've got some news for you. So some different things that I think you'd be interested in to know what's coming up, kind of wrap up the week, some of the big stories from that, including one that might be a little bit creepy, but still kind of cool at the end. So let's start off with this, with NASA. So if you've been following along with NASA, with the rover that landed there, the Perseverance rover landed just, I believe, about a month ago now. And this is what they're going to be doing here coming up this week. Finally, we're going to get to see the Ingenuity helicopter do a test launch on Mars. So it did land safely. This is pretty incredible technological achievement just to be able to do that, to get this there. If you think about that, that's really what it is. You say helicopter, but it's a super light, tiny drone. That's what we're looking at, that they transported all the way from Earth, landed safely on there. It's been deployed. We've got pictures of it sitting there. They've tested it out. And this Sunday is when they're scheduled to try this thing out. Now, this is basically a grand experiment is what they're doing. It showcases just incredible technology just to be able to do that. And on Sunday, they're going to fire it up. They're going to try to take it off the ground for, I believe it's about 30 seconds is what they're going to test with this. It's going to go up there, hopefully take some pictures. The Perseverance rover is standing by to take pictures. And you're going to get to ideally see what it sees, which will be the first time we've ever had anything like this. I mean, if you think about the histories of flight, I know this may not be quite the same as landing a person on Mars, but this is something, a pretty incredible achievement just by the fact that we've never done it before. No one's ever had a helicopter or a drone take off on an alien planet like this. So it's pretty cool what's happening. Now, I say Sunday, you're going to get to see it. That's not exactly true. You're going to get to listen to it on Sunday, but it takes a while to send back all that data. So you'll get to know if it was successful. And then about a day and a half later, they should get some images that'll come in. Maybe they'll surprise us with some video. They've had lots of surprises that come out with this, but there's a lot of cameras on it. Pretty cool thing that they're going to be doing. So I think that's something that we can all look forward to. And again, a lot of times when it comes to NASA, some of this technology, it'll translate out to something that we'll get to see, coming down to us, that you get to utilize later on. And just whatever they can achieve is just so much fun to see. So that's something we'll be updating with you all next week. So just follow Two Box Media. Let me know what you think about it, how you feel about that, if you're excited or what you'd like to see from it. Who knows what it'll get, but that's what's going to be happening this Sunday and then on into next week. So expect to hear a lot about that. All right, continuing on here with some trending topics. Let's talk about phones and let's talk about gaming in particular. Gaming is such a huge industry in so many aspects, but mobile gaming is something that a lot of companies are really trying to thrive in, and that's what they're trying to get. And what we're seeing right now is that we're going to be seeing a few different things with this. So ignore the television in the back. So what we're seeing is with Lenovo, with a new gaming phone that they have come out with, and this is their idea of how that is going to work. So this is something that's super powered. It's got two different USB-C ports on it, which that's just crazy in its own right. It's going to have a cooling system. It's got a pop-up camera on it so that you can actually broadcast on Twitch or wherever you're broadcasting for, say, pro gamers. It's also got a few different controls around the side. It lights up like this. I mean, it just looks amazing. It's got haptic sensors on it, so you'll actually be able to wrap your fingers around it and be able to feel the actual the actual things that happen during the video game. So it's kind of a whole new experience. And I really want to know who is going to be buying this. Obviously, you got to be really into gaming to pick this up. It's not going to be cheap, although it's not as expensive as I thought it was going to be. So it's going to be probably around $1,000. It's going to be showing up over in China first, in Asia, and then to Europe, and then ideally to the United States after that. But pretty cool stuff that they've come up with, and just seeing if this is where gaming is going to be going. I mean, how many people out there use mobile gaming? And I mean, maybe you use something, basic that you wouldn't need to use something as fancy as this, but for the gaming industry, it's certainly going to be going to that. And you think of the more that people are going back to traveling as we come out of this, that's something that I feel like somebody's going to be investing some money in that. They're not the only ones out there. You have Asus with some other ones and some other companies out there that are making mobile gaming phones that are designed specifically for that. It's still pretty cool. One cool aspect, though, that I didn't mention with the two USB-C ports, you can charge it twice as fast because you can plug in two different chargers at the same time. I'd like that for my phone since I'm always running out of batteries, but that is something else that you could try out there. So that's Lenovo with that new phone. All right, continuing on here with trending news. We're going to get into some weird stuff here. It's Friday. I have to bring this to you because it was trending. How many people out there would want to put a chip in their brain, like implanted in your brain to where you could control things with mind power? Well, we're getting closer to that. And there's a company called Neuralink, which is partially owned by Elon Musk, and they've been working on this for a while. The company's been around for a few years. They're kind of secretive about everything they're doing, but they have made it known. That's what they want to do. They want to basically merge humans with machines. This isn't sci-fi, it's reality. And they want to do that by implanting a chip within people. So the chip would be able to be utilized for a few different things. This is the demonstration, though, the video that came out that's trending right now. And that is a monkey sitting there. And there, first you see it here, and it's playing Pong. It's actually guiding that ball around. I guess it's not Pong, but whatever game they have it playing there. See, it's got a controller on there. What they're saying in this, though, is there is actually something implanted. It's got one of the brain chips, and they are downloading all of the data about how the brain is functioning while it's doing this. So this is Pager, the monkey. And as they do that, they find out what areas of the brain are firing whenever it controls, where it's wanting to push left or right. They took that and then they used the chip, and they actually set it up to play Pong without any actual hand controllers, just utilizing its mind and utilizing the brain synapses and however it fires. And they were able to actually take it and have it control this completely in that way. It's pretty insane, pretty crazy to think just where this technology is. And this is kind of a surprise video that came out that they were talking about. Again, Neuralink is the name of the company. They're not the only ones out there, but you got to know with Elon Musk being involved, there's going to be a lot of money behind it, a lot of interest behind it. They're constantly hiring for more people. And with that, taking a look at what they're doing, you might want to think, what are they trying to do? Create a bunch of monkeys that can control things? We've all seen Planet of the Apes. Their actual goal is a little bit more noble than that, at least as far as what they've said. One of the things is to help people who are paralyzed regain control of their limbs, because if you really extrapolate that kind of data and that kind of tech, you'd be able to do that, have somebody where they can think things and maybe move a limb or type on a phone and have that come out a lot faster than even with your thumbs. That's actually something that Elon Musk stated, that he thinks that eventually somebody's going to be able to think out a text faster than anybody could be able to type it in with their thumbs. This is all reality. These are things that are happening. I mean, it's not the first time that we've seen kind of this people dip into this kind of field, but this certainly seems like it's gone the furthest, at least publicly. And I want to know what people think. Is that something that you'd be willing to do? Would you be willing to get a chip implanted into your brain if it could make you do something faster or understand something better? Whatever it is, the sci-fi possibilities that you think about with that. Is that something that you'd want to do? I certainly think that if it can help out people who are paralyzed or help overcome different obstacles like that, I think that's a great idea. But that's not where it's going to stop. So we'll have to see how it all works out. Elon Musk has said that his idea is that artificial intelligence is eventually going to take over humans, and this is our only way of actually preventing that or integrating with it. And so that is how he kind of views that. It's just so you know. There's a quick video too that is completely with its mind, as it is controlling this Pong. If you're familiar with Pong, I think most people are. It is doing that completely with its mind. That is crazy to think. That monkey is probably better at Pong than I am. But that's what we're looking at. This is where we're at. This is reality. This is sci-fi come to life. And that's what Neuralink is doing. So you can check out more about that. Maybe they'll be releasing things. They're constantly hiring. So I'm sure there's a lot more that's on the way from them. That's what we got to see this week. A monkey playing Pong. That's who knows, you never know when it comes to technology what you're going to get. So let's go to this last one. And this is the one where I was saying it's kind of cool, but it's kind of creepy. Cool from the tech aspect, creepy because I don't think I would want this at all. But it's an experiment that's going on, and it's designed to make you think about how many cameras are out there in our lives right now. They've become so ubiquitous that we don't even really think about it. I mean, even at my house alone, I've got so many different cameras here, from Ring doorbells and things like that, let alone the one that I'm broadcasting on. But just everywhere that we have them, our laptops, everything. So what if they looked a little bit different? Maybe you would realize they're there a little more and start thinking about what's going on. And that's kind of the idea behind this. It is the human eye webcam that functions and looks like an eye. So as you can see, I mean, this is where it's definitely creepy. It sits there, it can move around, it gives expressions. So maybe if you're, it can scowl at you if you're not supposed to be doing something. And that's kind of what they wanted to do, is just not only showcase the technology behind it, but also make you think about it. I mean, I'll tell you this. I have had a lot of break-ins into my vehicle. So I think there's somebody in my neighborhood trying to build a Jeep out of parts that they've stolen off of mine. I would be all for having one of these on the dash if somebody starts sneaking up trying to steal my lights again, and that just pops open and is staring at them. I feel like that'd be a pretty good deterrent. I'm kind of for this technology, although I don't know if I'd want it staring back at me either while I'm driving. So that's something that they've got. They said it's going to be open source too, the text. You can, if you're a designer or a developer out there, you can download it. The petting the eyebrow just kind of weirds me out a little bit, but that's what it is. So it's kind of interesting. Again, the tech, it does make you think about it, although I just think more about this creepy robot eye staring at me more than anything else. But nonetheless, that is what we have there. So again, just kind of bringing you some interesting tech topics to kind of think about here over the weekend, get ready for the weekend. And again, that NASA event is coming up on Sunday. It's proposed then anyway. That's when they think it's going to happen. You never know. Something could change with that, but we'll keep you up to date with 2Box Media. So that's what I would encourage you to follow at 2Box Media, whether you're on Twitter or YouTube or Facebook or wherever you find us. Feel free to follow, send us an email, info@2boxmedia.com. If you're interested in doing a live stream of your own, or you have an event, or you have something that you need help with, that we can do that. That's another thing that we do here, is we help facilitate all of that. So we'd love to talk to you about whatever you have going, and maybe we can help you out with what your project is. So I want to thank everybody for joining. I really appreciate it. Again, this is the Inbox with Greg Nibler, and we'll be back on Monday at 10 a.m. with a brand new episode. Have a great weekend.